What's good, people? Gunnar Mutley here. So in today's video we will be doing a post-match review of Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. Arsenal winning 5-0 in a very comprehensive win. So yeah, it was a great game, guys, wasn't it? Back to winning ways. Couldn't have asked for anything better, to be honest. So looking at some of the stats of the game, we absolutely dominated the game in all aspects, literally from start to finish. So Arsenal had 70% possession, 24 shots, 10 of them were on target, 70% possession, and we had 618 passes. Now Nottingham Forest, on the other hand, they had 5 shots, only 2 on target. They had 30% of the possession and only 275 passes. The goal scorers of the game were Martinelli getting a good header for the first goal. What a goal that was. Nice little assist from Saka. Then we had Reece Nelson scoring 2 goals in the second half. Great performance from Nelson. Nothing more I can say about that. No one, I guarantee. So I'm in a group chat with one of my pals, and he was screaming for Marquinhos. He was asking like, why are they picking him? And I said, obviously, like, if you're going to go on the squad, he's a more senior player. He's there now. Obviously, we haven't got Pepe, so that's why they're picking him. Not saying that he deserved his shot, because he's had loads of games for us, hasn't he? And to be honest, he's not quite shined over the years. But he took his chance on Sunday's game, absolutely smashed it with 2 goals and an assist. So nothing else more we can say. Thomas Partey getting his goal. What a screamer that goal was, man. Come on, what an absolute screamer. Can't believe that. What is it, Spurs and thingy? In the space of 5 games, he scored 2 absolute screamers, pretty much bang on the exact same goal. Amazing. And then Odegaard finishing it off right at the end. To be honest with you, the only thing I would have said, that obviously the injury from Saka was a bad thing to take from the game. The only real negative. And then say Jesus not scoring. But for me, he's putting in the work. He's getting the assists. What else can we ask for, really? Yeah, obviously would love a goal, but he's putting in the work. That's the main thing. He's on 5 goals, 5 assists, or I think 6 assists this season. So he's either on 10 or 11 goals. I checked it, he said 10, but then I've heard a couple other people saying in other videos that he's got 3 assists for that game. I know he should have got 3 assists for the game, because he did pass the ball into Nelson. Nelson sidesteps his man, shoots the goal, he saves it. From that shot, it literally goes back to Nelson. Nelson puts it in the net. So I don't see how that's not an assist for him. But yeah, wicked game, 5-0 win. Not much else we could ask for, to be honest with you. Arsenal, I look back at the highlights today. We were fantastic in the game. Arsenal bouncing back to winning ways. That's all we could ask for after losing midweek last week to PSV. And then, to be honest, like the Southampton game we drew, the Leeds game we wasn't that great. The Bodo game we wasn't that great away from home. We had a little run of 5 or 6 games where we weren't the best, but we were still getting through the games. So what else can we ask for, to be honest with you? Not playing our best in some of the games, and we've only managed to lose 2 games this season. We've won about 14, 15 altogether or something like that, if not more. So yeah, it's a fantastic run of form, fantastic run of wins and games that we've had. Very impressive win, like I said. The only negative we can really take out of the game is the Saka injury. But I've heard today, and he was in training today, so that's amazing for us. So he's back for the Chelsea game, should I say? So yeah, that will be coming in handy. So so what we'll do, we'll move on to some player ratings. So I'll start off with Ramsdale in goal. He had a couple saves to make, nothing real big. He'll get a 7 in my book. If he had a couple more saves, I might have given him an 8, but to be honest, he hardly had anything to do, so he get a 7 because we won. Ben White, fantastic game again. I think he's up there for player of the season this year. I think really and truly, between him, Xhaka, Jesus, with the impact he's had, yeah, there's some real good shouts for player of the season already. So yeah, I'll give Ben White an 8.5. William Saliba, another one that could be mentioned for player of the season. 21-year-old coming straight into the Premier League, doing absolutely fantastic. He gets an 8. Gabriel, I'll give him a 7 for today. He's been good. He's been doing great. He gets a lot of stick for some of the mistakes and fouls he gives away and stuff. He does have it in him, but if you're looking at last year, Ben White was the calm, collective sort of centre back. They didn't go out too much, whereas Gabriel was the aggressive one. So we're looking at this year. Saliba's the same. He's calm. He's more collective. So you need a balance of. Obviously, we don't need Gabriel giving away fouls, penalties, and giving away silly goals and stuff like that every game. No, but you need a balance of having an aggressive defender. So I'll give him a 7 because he made a mistake with the pass in the box that could have led to a goal. Other than that, he had a good game. Tomiyasu, I'd give an 8. Solid game. Got up and down that left wing. He's done quite well. Come into the midfield a few times, I see as well. With that Zinchenko role. Doing great. Fantastic. I'll give Thomas Partey. We'll give him a 9 today. I think he absolutely bossed the midfield. Absolutely bossed it. Got a fantastic goal too. Nothing else we can say other than General Thomas. Xhaka and Odegaard, I'll both give them 8s. Both influential in the game. Both run their heart out, run their socks off, put in a shift. Obviously Odegaard getting his goal towards closer to the hour mark it wasn't it? 57 minutes or so. Bukayo Saka, I'll give him a 7. And that's only due to the fact that he came off with an injury. He looked quite lively in the game. He got an assist. He got through about 2 or 3 times. That's why they kicked him a few times. And I personally think there's a bit of an agenda going out about that Saka needs to be protected a bit. The only thing I will say about this is the Southampton game, he got kicked about 4 or 5 times in that game. He actually got booked for a dive when it was a foul. I don't understand why he was booked for that. And then later on, the ref ended up booking one of their players, Southampton, to sort of make it even because he dived as well. It was the same sort of thing where he went down very easy. So that's, yeah. But for me, Jesus is fouled more than what he is. But what I did see in the Forest game was, after him getting through and making the goal, he got kicked twice in 2 runs of attacks. And obviously he went down for one of them and then he ended up coming off in the second one. And they were just kicking. They weren't trying to get the ball. You see it from the replay. I watched the highlights today. He literally just kicked out at Saka. And the resulting kick then causes him to come off injured. There's no play for the ball. So this is where we do need to have some sort of clamp down on things like that. Because if you're trying to win for a ball and then you end up hitting the man and you go through fair dues, it's a contact sport. You can't argue that you've had a bit of contact. But when people are kicking out at you because you're getting through and you're being dangerous and they're not even going for the ball, that's where my problem is. But yeah, this sort of agenda that Saka needs to be protected because he's playing for England and Arsenal. It's a contact sport. There's way more players. I've seen some of the stats for it that get fouled more times a game than Saka. But yeah, no, I do agree. The last couple of games, they've been kicking out him a bit. So yeah, he does need a bit of protecting at the end of the day. He plays for England, he plays for Arsenal. We want him to go to the World Cup. But he keeps repeatedly getting kicked in the next couple of games. He may not go to the World Cup. So people have to sort of make a bit of noise about it. I agree. But there's not some agenda that Saka gets fouled all the time. And in the game in Southampton, Jesus was fouled about 6 times and could have had a penalty. And he was fouled a lot more than what Saka was. So it just shows you that there's a balance, you know what I mean? But yeah, I do agree. Southampton and the Forest game, they sort of kicked a Saka for not even trying to get the ball, you know what I mean? They were just kicking him. So yeah, Saka gets a 7 because of the injury. What do we go? Then we go Martinelli. I'll give Martinelli an 8.52. He gets the goal, very lively, always up and down that wing. This season, he's looking really good, man. 5 goals this season already. He finished last season on 6, so he's already on par for gonna beat his last season tally. Then we go to Jesus. So for me, Jesus pretty much done everything in the game but score. He bossed the game. He got 3 assists in my book, like I said a little while ago. I personally think he should have been awarded the 3 assists. He puts Nelson through twice in the, well, not so through, but he turns his back, gets the ball from Xhaka, passes to Nelson. Nelson does his man, shimmies inside, shoots, keeper saves it, bounces back to him and goes in the net. How is that not an assist for Jesus? I do not know. But he finishes his game on 2 assists. I'm not too worried too much about him not scoring so much, because he's got 5 goals, 5 or 6 assists. So he's either on 10 or 11 goals this season for goals and assists. So you can't really complain. We've only played 12, 13 times, you know what I mean? He's on par for being there. About 20-something odd goals for the season in goals and assists. And as long as the other players can contribute a little bit more, we'll be absolutely fine. But I do think in January, we should buy either a winger or a striker. Someone that can bring us some more goals in another... Because Eddie can come on and he can go on the wing either way, or we could put Jesus out on one of the wings and bring this other striker on and put him up front. So we do need to have another option. There's no doubt about that. And me personally, so there's a sort of like a narrative going now that because Zinchenko's back in training, El Nini's back in training, they're not full training, but they've been training today. They've been seen in the videos, as long as with Saka, who was in full training. So you're talking about, we get through the Chelsea game, we've only got Wolves away to play. Wolves are not in good form. We should really smash Wolves. No disrespect to them, but the Chelsea game's the game where it could be a problem for us. It's Chelsea at home, but we're flying on big form. Chelsea don't look that great. I'll talk a bit more about that in my pre-match, my preview for the game, more of the Chelsea. But I hope we beat Chelsea too. We're on a good run. So yeah, Jesus, I'll give him an 8. He done everything but score a goal. You know what I mean? Done everything. So then we'll go on to the subs. So what I'm going to do is, because Vieira, Tierney, Nketiah and Cedric didn't really play a massive part when they came on. So I'm just going to give them all a 6. And just leave it like that. Be fair. They came on, didn't do nothing too bad, didn't do nothing too good. We won the game 5-0. Sorted. So Reece Nelson, on the other hand, for me, I'm going to give him my man in the match, and I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10. The fact that he came on in a game that was vital for us and took his chance, scored 2 goals, set up Partey for the first. So in the space of like 8 or 10 minutes, him being on the field literally won us the game. And after that, it was just take your foot off the gas, run the game, cruise control. You know what I mean? So I'll give Reece Nelson a 10 out of 10 for his 2 goals and assists. Man of the match for me. And then we'll give Arteta a 10 as well. Perfect match for him. Got the win, 5-0. The only thing, like I said, that could have done a little bit better for him would have been maybe if Jesus would have scored. But yeah, like we could. That's just clutching at straws at this point. 5-0 win at home to go back to the top of the league. No one ever thought Arsenal would be in this place. So fantastic. What a great game. And I just, before I go, I just want to thank you all for liking and subscribing on my channel. Yeah, I'm doing good. Like I've said, this is literally my 5th video or so that I've done with me talking. Yeah, and thanks for the love, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I've got 36 subscribers in about 3 weeks. It's not massive, but it's great for me. You know what I mean? I'm just at home, starting on my phone, just talking about the team I love with all my heart. I've been following them for 30 odd years now, you know what I mean? Love them with all my heart. My family all die-hard Arsenal fans. My dad went to school with Kevin Campbell. You know what I mean? Like, we all love Arsenal, man. Yeah, so if you haven't liked the video, if you haven't subscribed, please give me a like and subscribe. Let all your friends and family, let everyone know about Gunnar Muttley, because I'm here to stay and I'm going to be doing videos pretty much every day or every other day about football, about games, etc. Whatever I can talk about. And yeah, until the next time, guys, this is Gunnar Muttley, the Arsenal correspondent on YouTube, signing off. Thanks again. See you later.